Histin News Daily is your go-to podcast for a daily dose of history. Each episode dives into significant events, births, and deaths that occurred on this day in history. From pivotal moments in world history to intriguing anecdotes about famous figures, we bring the past to life in an engaging and informative format. I'm Chris Bernard. Stay informed and entertained with new episodes released every day, keeping you connected to history regularly.
Historical events on May 21. 1927, Charles Lindbergh completes first solo transatlantic flight. Charles Lindbergh landed in Paris, France, completing the first solo nonstop transatlantic flight. He took off from New York's Roosevelt Field and landed at Bourget Field near Paris, covering a distance of about 3,600 miles in 33.5 hours in his airplane, Spirit of St. Louis. 1904, Fédération Internationale de Football Association, FIFA, founded. FIFA, the international governing body of soccer, was founded in Paris. It oversees international competitions such as the World Cup. 1991, former Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi assassinated. Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated by a suicide bomber in Tamil Nadu. He was the sixth Prime Minister of India and was campaigning for re-election at the time of his death. 1856, Lawrence, Kansas attacked. Pro-slavery forces attacked and looted the town of Lawrence, Kansas, a stronghold of abolitionist sentiment. This event, known as the sacking of Lawrence, was a significant event in the Bleeding Kansas conflict over slavery in the United States. 1881, American Red Cross established by Clara Barton. Clara Barton and Adolphus Solomons founded the American Red Cross in Washington, D.C. The organization provides emergency assistance, disaster relief, and education within the United States. 1966, Ulster Volunteer Force declared illegal in Northern Ireland. The Ulster Volunteer Force, UVF, a loyalist paramilitary group, was declared illegal by the Northern Ireland government. The UVF was involved in violent campaigns during the Troubles. 1998, Frank Sinatra's funeral. The funeral of iconic American singer Frank Sinatra took place in Beverly Hills, California. He passed away on May 14, and his funeral was attended by numerous celebrities and public figures. 1998, first nuclear tests by Pakistan. Pakistan conducted its first successful nuclear tests, codenamed Chagai-I, in response to India's nuclear tests earlier that month. This event marked Pakistan as a nuclear power. 1972, Michelangelo's Pietà vandalized. Laszlo Toth, a Hungarian geologist, attacked Michelangelo's Pietà statue in St. Peter's Basilica, Vatican City, damaging the Virgin Mary's face with a hammer. The statue was later restored. 1980, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back released. The second installment in the original Star Wars trilogy, The Empire Strikes Back, was released in theaters. It became one of the most acclaimed films in the franchise. 1924, Leopold and Loeb murder case. Nathan Leopold and Richard Loeb, two wealthy University of Chicago students, kidnapped and murdered 14-year-old Bobby Franks. The crime was later dubbed the crime of the century. 1981, Andean Pact signed. The Cartagena Agreement, also known as the Andean Pact, was signed to create a common market among Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. It aimed to promote economic cooperation and integration. 1932, Amelia Earhart completes transatlantic flight. Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly solo non-stop across the Atlantic Ocean, landing in Ireland after departing from Newfoundland, Canada. She covered the distance in about 15 hours. These events illustrate the range of historical significance tied to May 21, spanning achievements in aviation, the foundation of important organizations, cultural milestones, and political incidents.
Uncover lesser-known facts and intriguing anecdotes about historical events and figures that may surprise and inspire you. By engaging with history on a daily basis, you'll develop a stronger connection to the world and its rich tapestry of events and personalities. You can find Histin News Daily on popular podcast platforms like Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Subscribe today to start your journey through history, one day at a time. I'm Chris Bernard. Thank you for listening to our Daily Today in History podcast. Remember to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on YouTube for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and discussions about history's impact on our world today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow and find out more today in history.